Hello, good morning. How are you today? My name is Praise for We're live from Praise for International Studios, Lagos, Nigeria. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Pfthinks, and this is episode 135. Wow! Thank you so much. You guys have been with me for 135 days every morning, listening and taking notes. But much more, I am super excited at your result. Your feedback keep me going, and I'm excited that I'm able to contribute my quarter into your history and transforming your life. Thank you very much because you are rising to transform your world, and I'm super excited for the gift of you. So thank you so much. Now, how are you doing? Especially for all my people in Nigeria, Africa, and the rest of the world, North America, Asia, and wherever you are joining me from. Thank you for your testimonies, which has been pouring in, especially with the series that we're running, Releasing Your Personal Power, which will end today. I am so excited. For 13 days, thereabout, we have been looking at how to release your personal power. That there is no excuse in life. Someone has told me many years ago, I think it was my mentor, that failure plus explanation is not equal to success. And another person said being poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. The many people are emotional about their lives. They feel that they don't have the power to transform their situation. It is not true. Wherever you are, if you are not making money, it's actually a reflection of the value that you are not adding. If you begin to add value to the people that really need your value, they will pay you for your value. When people say to me, oh, I can't make money, I look at them and I ask, what value are you adding? And how are you pushing your value? Who are you selling it to? Because the moment people who really need you and you meet with them, then there is no way they're not going to pay you for what you are worth. Trust me, it starts from the state of your mind. A lot of us are defeated from within us without before rising. And that's why I am excited that the testimony is coming in, that for the first time, a lot of people who even live abroad, who have never made money, are now making money for the first time, simply by trading and following some of the things I've recommended in this particular series. That you cannot live your life, for someone else to fund. That wherever you are, no matter who you are, if you calculate what you bring in every month and it's nothing, there is someone else who is paying the bills. And that person is dying for your sake, for you to live. And you need to understand that. There is something about the human mind and the human nature that you feel less than yourself when you cannot earn, right? It's in us. God built the capacity to earn in us. And the moment we can't do that, it affects and tells on your self-esteem, except something is missing from within you. Today, I'm going to be ending the series by talking about connecting the dots. Connecting the dots. I love what Subhadra Aluri said. The life is a realistic version of connecting the dots. In the beginning, you don't know how your life looks like. You just need to trust connecting the dots. One day, finally, you will be able to see the beautiful picture you have created. The picture of your journey, which is unique and beautiful. Life is a realistic version of connecting the dots. In the beginning, you don't know how your life looks like. You just need to trust and keep on connecting the dots. One day, finally, you'll be able to see the beautiful picture you have created. The picture of your journey, which is unique and beautiful. That wherever you are right now, whatever has happened to you, you must be able to release yourself and surrender yourself and know that everything is going to work out, but you need to take responsibilities for your life. A lot of people quote scriptures, they quote all kinds of things, but you see, quoting does not cook rice. It does not do anything if you don't add action to what you are quoting. That a lot of people don't even understand what they are quoting, right? That you need to get to a point in your life that you rise from yourself and begin to run in the direction of where you want to run, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone. Your story is going to hard up someday, but you got to get started and keep moving. There was a point in my life in school as a student, I was earning by painting door frames for people at 500 naira per day. It was a lot of work, right? But 500 naira meant a lot to me way back. This was the year 1997, thereabout. It meant a lot to me. I was glad to do it. There's dignity in every labor, right? So you got to get out of yourself and realize that your life is about connecting of dots. So when we started this series, I started with releasing your personal power, where I began to define what it means to release your personal power, because every human being has got power within them, but not everyone will realize their power. Then I went into the origin of power, and I began to talk about the ability that resides in you. Everybody has got power within them. If you have talent, then you've got power. What you do with your talent is your gift back to God. God, the talent is God's gift to you. That gift is what you've been given to conquer the world. Alexander the Great leveraged on his natural power to conquer the world. Bill Gates leveraged on what he has been given to create Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg leveraged on the power he has been given to create Facebook, right? And now he's investing massively. Warren Buffett, everyone has got something. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Serena Williams, everyone has got power within them, but the power within many of us remain dormant. That's why I feel very ashamed of myself if I'm not able to release my power on a daily basis, because I feel less than who I am, right? Get to that point where you cannot live a single day without releasing your power, then you have not arrived. Trust me, I have written and created content every day of my life since the year 2003, right? And I do that on a daily basis. I lost count of how many people bossed me yesterday to ask the same question. It was almost like a coincidence. How do you generate content every day that you have not taught the same thing twice in 135 days? And I started laughing, right? That once you deploy yourself to it, once you open up yourself to divinity to invade your humanity, you will always have what to give, especially if you love people and if you love, humanity. So I moved from the origin of personal power. I talked about the power of your beliefs, that many of you are defeated because of your beliefs. Trust me, if your life is static, it's in your belief. If you are not earning, it's in your belief. Don't tell me I believe I can earn. No. If you truly believe you can, because you cannot be traveling within and stand still without. There's a mental barrier that many of us have, wherein we give excuses. What if I go? What if they reject me? What if they talk me down? What if they say no to me? You are already defeated within you before even moving. So many of us give excuses that doesn't exist. We are the ones creating the excuses, right? That we have not even made the move. You have not gone to an office to knock on their door, because the principle of life to achieving anything is three principles. Number one is the principle of knocking, is the principle of asking, and the principle of seeking. If you don't knock, no door opens. If you don't ask, you will not find. If you don't seek, if you don't ask, you will not get. If you don't knock, the door will not be open. If you don't seek, you will not find. He that asks, receive. He that knocks, the door is open. He that seeks, find. Many of us never seek. Many of us never knock. Many of us never ask. All we do is we sit down somewhere and we pray and we just expect things to happen. No, you need to say amen to your prayer and take your chances and move into the street and ask. It's all in your belief. Question is, what do you believe? So I gave 7 things you need to do, and I'm super excited that many of you have changed your belief. I move from there to thoughts are beings. Thoughts are beings. And I explain how you need to learn to tame your thoughts and control your thought. That consistently, your thoughts is your life. I have no business keeping a thought about someone who offended me when I can generate billions in my mind. So what I do is I activate my thought to think what I want to think. I think of me wealthy. I think of me being number one in my sector. I think of what is possible, that is pure, that is honest, that is just, that is inspiring. Create heaven within me, that as it thinks in his heart, so he is. If you think you are small, it shows even in the way you dress. It shows in the way you talk. It shows in the way you work. It shows in the way you carry yourself. It shows in where you go to. Are you aware that there are people who have nothing in their bank account, but they are going to price luxury and the best cars? It's a prayer into their future that this is a real me. But some people have something in the bank account. They never leave their houses because in their mind, I have not enough. This little that I have, let me just manage it. That is a small-minded thinking, and that's why they remain small. Thoughts are beings. Thoughts are not just things. Thoughts are beings. So as a think in his heart, so you are. If I see the way you dress, the way you show up, if I see the way you talk, I can almost predict the way you think about yourself, right? That you think very small, you think small, you live small, you don't think beyond where you are. Thoughts are beings. I move from there to teaching you on the magic of image in nation, right? Image and nation and I, that you can create anything by imagining it. That once your thoughts align with your words and align with your action, miracles are birthed. That a lot of us, we don't understand imagination. Imagination is the blank check you have been given to write whatever you want. But a lot of us don't write whatever we want because we can't even think. A guy was blind, and they told him to imagine himself, given a blank check, and he still saw himself blind in his mind. There is no miracle that can help him, right? That if you begin to think of yourself as a global icon, you begin to think of yourself, traveling across the globe, earning massively for what you do, then your life will totally change. Imagination is painting the image of your life inside your mind. What picture are you painting? Many people see themselves poor consistently. That is what they imagine. They imagine themselves sick and they are sick. They imagine themselves die and they die. They imagine themselves broke and they are swindled and they remain broke. It's in your mind. How do you think about yourself? I moved from there and I taught you about taking territories with your talent. The talent is not enough. You need to grow your talent into skills and how to take territory, because all you have been given to transform your world and take your world is your talent. I moved from there to growing your talent, and I taught you on how to process your talent and how far your talent can go, because your talent is not just going to remain at the level of talent. Your talent can secure a stake in your future, that you can start your life as a footballer and end your life as a president like George Opongwe. Talent can make you visible to the rest of the world, but that is not where it stands. That's not where it stops. Many people stop at the level of celebrity. Red carpet is where they stop their destiny. It's an opportunity, a platform for you to do something bigger. I moved from there to roadmap to power, the ritual and routine. And I taught you that professionals do daily what amateurs do occasionally. That the secret of your future, according to John C. Maxwell, is in your daily routine. If I see the way you live every day, I can almost predict if you are going to be wealthy or you're going to be poor. There are many people who are poor, they have a very poor daily ethic, a poor daily routine. How do they wake up? How do they sleep? How do they eat? How do they move around? How do they work? What do they focus on? Many people are focused on irrelevant things that add no value to your life, and that's why you are able to see this person, you are able to see that person, you are able to gossip. If your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. So you need to create a routine and the ritual that supports where you want to go. If you see my routine honestly, you will almost conclude that I'm a herbalist, right? Because of the way I live my life. It's almost regimented. There's a time I wake up, there's a way I think, there's who I listen to, there's a way I do my visualization and my affirmation, or what I call incantation. There's a way I do it. There's a way I eat. There's a pattern to everything, and there's a time I must eat my bed. So ritual and routine, if I see your ritual and routine, I can tell you where you're going. And trust me, if you have kept the same ritual and routine in the last 10 years, and it has not delivered the future you seek, you may need to change it. A lot of us don't understand that if you continue to live your life the way you're living it, right, it will not produce a better result than where you are. That the best your routine can give to you is where you are right now. Question is, do you love it? If you don't like it, then you need to change it. Then I move from there to the currency of power. I talked about love quotient, LQ, that people who innovate for the world, they think love, that at the base of what they do is love. So if you check their mission statement, you will see love for humanity there. Many of us don't love. You want to be the biggest, the largest, you really don't love humanity. That if you think humanity from the prism of love, God told Abraham, through you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. That's the statement of love. That can God entrust what the all families of the earth will need to you. When you are bogged down and by a sect or by religion, where you exclude other religion from where you are going because you think you are the only one who deserves to make heaven. So God cannot entrust you into your art, Facebook, that the whole world will use. That every of God's products pass the test of universality. Human beings use it, including the people that don't even love God. But for you, the people that don't love you, you exclude them from what can benefit them because they have not come into your way or believe what you believe. So I talked about the love quotient, that every innovation must pass the test of love. If it doesn't pass the test of love, it will become destructive and destroy humanity. Then I move from there to the ultimate power link, which is people. And I taught you on how to connect with people. I taught the power of the inner court, the outer court, and the holies of holies. Then I spent 2 days from there thinking about power questions, personal power questions, where I was answering all the questions you have asked. Then I moved from there to casting out your demons, where I defined a demon as a person, a being, an ideology, a thinking process, a belief system that suppresses your originality, that strikes fear into you, making you say yes when you meant to say no. And I told you, any movement, any person, any group that aligns with that definition is a demon. You need to cast them out of your life, because the Spirit of God, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. Anything that infringes on your love, your power, and your sound mind is a demon, and you need to cast them out, no matter how much you love them. I move from there to the power distribution, and I taught you how to scale across the globe using systems and protecting your idea using trademark and patent. I taught on that. Then yesterday, I taught about spirituality, where I redefined spirituality and I separated it from religion, right? I am amazed at the feedback from yesterday's session. I mean, the views is just massive. The testimonials from that is so massive. Someone was telling me how she was listening to me inside her Uber ride, and the driver had to engage her and to say to her, wow, this has changed my life, because the guy dropped out of church for a long time because he was upset with God. But by listening to what I shared yesterday, the guy said, oh, finally, I have found what I'm looking for. Now, that humanity wants spirituality, but religion is what has been given to humanity. And that's why religion separate the best of friends, make you think you're superior to some other people, even when your reality has not produced a better result, right? So I am grateful for those of you who have sent feedback about yesterday. Today is the conclusion on this series. And trust me, I didn't want to stop this series because it has personally blessed me. And today we look at connecting the dots. Your life is a best-selling story. And please keep the testimonies coming. If you have been blessed and you've been transformed, please send it to praiseforward@gmail.com. Your life is a best-selling story. You are the main cast in the movie. Every unpleasant moment of your life is the part in the movie we call suspense. There is no good movie without suspense. If I knew what will happen from the beginning to the end, why should I watch the movie? So that what you consider to be unpleasant moments in your life are the suspense in the movie. The people that have hurt you are the acts recruited to act their role. So people don't hurt us. People are only revealed, and they act a role which propels us in the direction of where we should go with our life. Sometimes they hurt us to jolt us out of reality, out of our comfort zone. Sometimes life orchestrates them to hurt us, to pick critical lessons in line with where we want to go. Always remember that you lose your personal power when you don't interpret everything happening to you in the light of how it adds up to your happy ending, which is why your happy ending must be defined before anything. Where you are today is simply a scene in the movie of your life. So maybe the scene you are in is broke. It's fine. But you need to move away from broke and begin to move in the direction of your prosperity. Now, the next scene after broke may be rejection. But keep asking. Don't give up. Don't go back to the scene of broke. Keep asking. Keep knocking on the doors every day. Keep knocking several times. Show up again. Tell them I have come. Send the proposals again. Place the calls again. One day the door is going to open, because that people say no to you doesn't mean they have said no. It may actually mean try again, right? So where you are today is simply a scene in the movie of your life. And that it doesn't look like the happy ending means that it's not the end of the movie. It is time to arise and move in the direction of your happy ending. Many of you have dwelled too long on the same plane. You have stayed too long on the path of broke. You have stayed too long on the path of confusion. You have stayed too long in the pattern of religion, where you have been given a title, yet your life has not become better. You have stayed too long on the path of mediocrity, making excuses every day. You have stayed too long on the path of dependency, where you are depending on someone else to make life happen for you. You have stayed too long on the path of blaming. Oh, you blame your father. You blame your mother. Now you are alone. What have you done with your life? It's enough. Enough is enough. Don't blame the devil. Don't blame the demons. Deal with the devil within you, right? Where you are today is a scene in the movie of your life. And if it doesn't look like the happy ending, it means that it's not the end of the movie. It is not over until you win. And that's why you cannot stay too long where you are. You have stayed there all your life. Are you happy? Do you love where you are? Do you love your reality? Do you love the state of your bank account? Right? Even COVID is not enough excuse for you to be broke and say you are not earning. No, it's how you see things. Opportunities abound. People are becoming new billionaires during this COVID era. What purpose was everything that happened to you meant to serve? That is one question you must ask this morning. What purpose was everything that happened to you meant to serve? The person that jilted you, what was the purpose? Maybe God had to eliminate them from your story because they are not relevant to where you want to go. The person who took your money away, why did it happen? Maybe God wanted to show to you that you can bounce back from every, right? The fact that you've been jobless, what is it meant to serve? It may be to get you upset that you will never be able to live a single day without any, right? You need to interpret everything in the light of your happy ending, not in the light of your pain. If you are emotional about your pain, you will lose the lessons. They raped you. Yes, it is bad. I empathize and I feel for you. But what purpose is that going to serve where you are going? Maybe you are experiencing first-hand pain of rape victims so that you can provide healing to them in the future. Everything is working together, but you must be able to flip to your script and create the script that promotes where you want to go. You need to get rid of what you don't want today and live your life based on what you want. Think it, feel it, and you will attract it. Here's the problem. Many people don't know how to act from life. There are two motivations, away from motivation and towards motivation. When I ask people, what marriage do you want? What kind of spouse do you want? What I hear is, I don't want a man that will cheat on me. I don't want a man that will dump me. But guess what? That answer is wrong. If I say to you, what life do you want? And you say to me, I don't want to be poor. If I ask you to match that statement, I don't want to be poor, with a picture or a movie in your mind, what will you have? You will close your eyes. I don't want to be poor. You will see poverty, right? Then you begin to see prosperity. But if I said to you, match this statement, I want to be wealthy, in your mind, you will notice immediately that poverty will not show up at all. Your mind thinks in pictures, and the pictures that show up in your mind is what becomes your reality. When you stay at the level of what you don't want, that is what you attract. That's the energy of life. The things I fear the most are the things that has come upon me. That what you are running away from is what you attract. Have you not noticed that the meetings where you say you will not be broke this year is where you have the largest congregation of poor people, right? But when you say, I want to be wealthy, all you see is wealth. You don't see poverty. You don't think poverty. But you say, I don't want to be poor. That's what you will attract. I don't want to be sick. You will attract sickness, right? I don't want a man that will cheat on me. You will attract a cheat. I don't want to fail. You will attract failure. Your mind does not have the capacity to process the word don't, won't, can't. It picks the next available action word. So if you say, I don't want to be broke, what your mind hears is be broke. And it will activate the energy of life, and it will magnetize broke into your life. I don't want to be poor. What your mind here is poor. It will activate people will swindle you and ensure that no matter how much you make money, you are back to square one. I don't want to be sick. What your mind here is be sick. So it will magnetize everything. You will eat, overeat, and you will create sickness in your body. What do you want? What do you want? So you need to get rid of what you don't want and live your life based on what you want. So let me give you an exercise that I do. Now you can say, what I need you to do within, pick a new journal. Get 3 different pens or 4 different pens, red, blue, green, black, whatever, right? And pick a new sheet every day, right? And write one word that describes the real you that you want, the ultimate you, right? Make sure that you populate it using different pens and ensure that you write 100 words every day for the next 5 days. So you can write intelligent, humane, wise, power, gratitude, write all these positive words. And if you complete 100 every day, every time you feel down, gaze into these words and let the words become things and beings in you. Let it become your reality. So if you look at them, you can't look at these words and remain sad. So I'm looking at my page right now for today. I'm saying holy, balanced, forgiving, amazing, exciting, healthy, courageous, bold, joyful, serenity, rich, confident, ecstasy, brilliant, excellent, creative, blessed, audacious, unstoppable, unshakable, focused, lively, attractive, elegant, handsome, laughter, extravagant, goodness. Can you see? My state begins to change. You need to change your state consistently, right? Because if you create the right state, the right things will begin to happen to you. So get 4 different types of pen so that it can be colorful, and in your shape, write 100 positive words that reflect the real you that you want, and look at it consistently and say back to yourself. Remember, you can create your life with the words of your mouth. As you say these words, it enters your thought, and you are installing new programs into you that will begin to run. So what do you do today? Only one thing you need to do: go and act on everything you have learned in the last 12 days. That is all. I'm not going to give you 7 tips today. Go and act on everything you have learned in the last 12 days. Go back to the series, look at it over and over again, pick the points again and again, do them, and it will produce results for you. Trust me, I share what I have done. I started my life out as a nobody. Nobody knew me. I was just a boy who all I knew was to play drums and to sing. I thought I'll be a singer, right? At some point, life happened. I became a painter. At some point, I began to cut grasses. I have done all kinds of things, sold Zobo on the streets of Lagos. Even as a graduate, I have worked as an office assistant. I have worked as the head of tape ministry, head of media. I've done all kinds of things. Wherever I can find something to do, I will do it. That's the way I have lived my life. But guess what? I have also learned to serve. I have served my way to the top, and today my light is lightening other light. The same thing you need to do for yourself. You'll become an embarrassment to yourself when you can't release your power. But you also shortchange other people who's are supposed to rise by your light if you don't lighten your own light. So it's not enough to hear everything I've shared. You need to do it. So go and act on everything you have learned in the last 12 days. Crying will not solve your problem. Whining will not solve your problem. The rolling down before God will not solve your problem. It is action. It is called act of the apostle, not the emotion or the tears or the whining of the apostles. You need to rise and act, right? When your thought matches your words and it matches your action, miracle is what is birthed. I will end today by saying to you, and we know that God causes all things to work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Question is, are you called according to his purpose? Every human being is called. Every. I mean it. Right? So don't listen to people who say you need to do this to be called. Every human being has a calling. Everything will work together for your good, but you need to embrace what God has made available and align with it through the process of surrender while connecting the dots that take you to the future you truly seek. I surrender my mind to the divine power every day. And I say to God every day, invade my body with your divinity. Match my humanity with your divinity so that I can be a blessing to my world. Every time I say that, new thoughts, new ideas, new solutions show up on my radar, right? It's a process of surrendering. I said to God, I am your project manager. Use me to do whatever you want to do, right? And I take responsibilities for what I see. Don't sit down. If you have done the same thing, it does not produce result. It's time to change it and do it differently or do something else. Everything will work together for your good if you love God and are called according to his purpose, but you need to embrace what God has made available and align with it by surrendering yourself to your talent and taking responsibilities for your talent, getting into the gym, designing your story, right? Stop listening to what people have to say. They have not funded you. They have not helped you till now. All the things they have said to you has not helped you. You need to take responsibility for your life and begin to do the things that will promote your wellness and deliver the results you seek. Now is the time. Tomorrow is too late. You need to start now, get into the gym, design your life, and begin to follow your schedule. Trust me, if you create a winning ritual and process for your life, you will land where you want to land. And you'll be grateful that you follow this process and you took action for your life. I want to appreciate you once again for joining the series. Tomorrow, we will start another series, or I will just create random thoughts. If there is anything you want me to teach on, or you want questions answered on that I can teach a series on across family life, across relationship, feel free to reach me. And if you want to become a family life professional, you want to help people, because I'm studying different nations of the world. I broke down when I studied Burkina Faso yesterday. If you want to really, you feel you have a calling in the direction of family life and you want to be certified, you can go to school.iampraisefulway.com and take the course. Family Systems Engineering Certification Program is the best course that exists on that field right now. You can take it. The COVID promo will end in another 2 weeks, so you can maximize that opportunity. You can take it wherever you are, from the corner of your room. There are online instructors working with you to get you certified. Right. I want to thank you very much for joining me. Trust me, I wish I could do more, but I have given all I have for you this period. Tomorrow, we'll be here again, what God's willing, by 3 a.m. to start another series. Till then, keep loving, keep living, and go ahead to win. Remember, you have all it takes to transform your life. It's in you. Your world is awaiting your personal power. Go ahead, release it. Be the Messi of your field. Be the Cristiano Ronaldo of your field. Be the Mark Zuckerberg of your field. Become the Bill Gates of your field. But it must start with your little light. Make it shine. Do it consistently. Show up every day. Think big. Start small and grow very fast. Thank you very much. I super celebrate you. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.